So our today's class is about particularly the Caliphate of Ali. Okay, the Caliphate of Ali, and the major topic is the Battle of Siffin. Okay, we are going to discuss about the Battle of Siffin in our today's class. I hope that you people know the reason that why the Battle of Camel was fought. What was the reason behind the Battle of Camel? Because the question could be asked about the write about the events that took place during the Caliphate of Ali. The following events, like they may ask you to write about the Battle of Siffin. Okay, the Battle of Siffin was one of the major civil war which happened at that time. Okay, they may ask you to write about the Siffin, what were the reasons of this battle, and along with that, you also have to write about the Kharijites, another problem, and the arbitration also, which is also again related to the Battle of Siffin. So first of all, what were the causes of the Battle of Siffin? That why this battle was fought? Okay, one of the reason that you know that change of governors. Okay, change of governors was the reason. One of the reason, change of governors. But first of all, you must mention that death of Usman Radhiyallahu anhu, that Usman's death. Okay, death of Usman was one of the major reason which resulted in the Battle of Siffin. Death of Usman Radhiyallahu anhu. That after the death of Usman Radhiyallahu anhu, his relatives started demanding for qisas. Okay, the relatives of Usman, particularly Hazrat Muawiyah Radhiyallahu anhu and the other Muslims, they started demanding for qisas. This is one of the basic reason, one of the major reason that why this battle was fought at that time. Okay, you must mention in your answer that this battle was fought because of the reason. The background is that it was fought between Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Muawiyah, and the reason was that it resulted due to the Battle of Camel. Okay, in the Battle of Camel, Hazrat Ali was victorious. Hazrat Ali Radhiyallahu anhu was victorious in the Battle of Camel, and the Battle of Camel resulted in the resulted in the death of Talha and Zubair. Okay, another reason is the Battle of Camel. So the Battle of Camel was another major reason for the Battle of Siffin. Just to give a brief background, that after the death of Usman anhu, okay, due to his assassination, his followers and particularly his relatives, they started demanding for qisas. Okay. Another reason was the change of governors. Ali Radhiyallahu anhu reversed the policies of Hazrat Usman because he has been asked by the rebels, the mischief makers. They asked him to reverse the policies of Usman Radhiyallahu anhu, particularly what they wanted that the relatives of Usman should be removed from the post of governorship. Okay, what they wanted from Ali Radhiyallahu anhu to reverse the policies of Usman. Particularly, what they wanted him to change those governors who were the relatives of Usman. Ali Radhiyallahu anhu changed these governors. Okay, particularly mentioned that Ali Radhiyallahu anhu changed the governor of Syria. Okay, the governor of Syria has been changed at that time. Fine. So Ali Radhiyallahu anhu changed all these governors, and while he was changing the governors, at that time, what happened? He faced opposition. He faced opposition, like he removed the governor of Syria. Who was the governor of Syria? That was Hazrat Muawiyah Radhiyallahu anhu, who was the governor at that time in Syria, and he has been removed, and in his place Ali Radhiyallahu anhu appointed Suhail bin Hanif. Suhail bin Hanif was appointed as a new governor over Syria. Okay, so the new governor was Suhail bin Hanif. So Suhail bin Hanif, he was sent back from the Syrian border. Okay, Syrian governor was Hazrat Muawiyah Radhiyallahu anhu, and Usman that has been appointed by Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu anhu. Ali Radhiyallahu anhu changed the governor and he appointed Suhail bin Hanif. So you must mention his name, that Suhail bin Hanif has been appointed as a new governor. And Suhail bin Hanif has been sent from the Syrian border with the message that they do not acknowledge Hazrat Ali as a caliph, since his election has been done under the influence of the mischief makers, the rebels. मैंने आपको डिटेल में बताई थी बात क्या है हज़रत मुआविया रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु और हज़रत अली के दरमियान जो कन्वर्सेशन हुई थी, that when these people and when Suhail bin Hanif has been sent from the Syrian border by the Syrian forces, और मैसेज ये भेजा गया था कि since he has been elected under the influence of the mischief makers, so they are not bound to accept the orders of Hazrat Ali. तो हज़रत अली ने आर्गूमेंट्स यही दिए थे कि that they should accept him as a caliph because he has been elected by those people who had elected Usman. Okay, Usman radhiyallahu anhu has been elected by Talha and Zubair. Okay, Talha and Zubair were there in the panel. They were there in the panel which was made by Hazrat Umar. Okay, so you have to identify these details in your answer. Okay, you must give reasons and the causes that why this battle was fought. The battle of Siffin is one of the major battle which is related to our topic of paper 2, the Caliphate of Ali. Okay, I hope that these causes are clear, that what Ali Radhiyallahu anhu did, he changed the governors, and because of which he faced opposition. Okay, he faced resistance from the people. And the Battle of Camel was also another reason which resulted in the Battle of Siffin, because in the Battle of Camel, okay, Talha and Zubair were killed. Okay, Talha and Zubair radhiyallahu anhum were killed by the mischief makers at that time, and Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu portrayed them that they had sacrificed their life for the cause of, for a major cause, for a noble cause, that they wanted to take action against those who had assassinated the Caliph Usman radhiyallahu anhu. Okay, then you also have to mention that Ali radhiyallahu anhu first wanted to take action against the Syrian people there, but he had to move to Basra because of the situation there in Basra due to the Battle of Camel. Okay, it resulted in the loss of lives of the several thousand people. But here at that time, you must mention that what Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu did, he displayed the blood-stained clothes of Usman, okay, and also the chopped fingers of Hazrat Naila, wife of Usman. So displayed the blood-stained clothes of Usman, and also the fingers of Naila, Usman's wife. Okay, where that has been displayed? These has been displayed in the mosque of Damascus. Okay, fingers of Naila, Usman's wife, and also these things were displayed in the mosque of Damascus. Okay, so people were instigated that how mercilessly Usman has been killed, and no action has been taken against those who are involved in Usman's assassination. Okay, they are still at large and they are freely living and roaming in the Islamic Empire, and no action has been taken against such people. So a large force has been gathered. Okay, this battle was fought between Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu. Approximately they had an army of 80,000. Okay, both had approximately same number of army, 80,000, 90,000. Okay, these are the different strength that are usually mentioned in the books. Okay, you have to describe what major events took place in the battle. Events of the battle. What are the major events? Identify that this was fought between Hazrat Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu and it was fought between Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu. Okay. Mention that both the armies they came in front of one another in the month of Zilhajj. Okay, you must mention this date, that in the month of Zilhajj. Okay, 36 AH. They came in front of one another. Okay, came in front of one another. Okay, mention this in your answer. That in the month of Zilhaj, 36 AH, Usman Lathlanu was assassinated on 18 Zilhaj 35 age. Okay, that was Zilhaj 35 age. So it was now over a year. About year has been passed, and no action has been taken yet. So in the month of Zilhaj 36 age, both the armies they came in front of one another, and there were minor skirmishes between the two forces. Okay, they tried their level best to solve the matter through negotiations, through the peace talks, but these peace talks were not successful. Finally, what they decided? They decided to sign a truce, a pact, for one complete month. A pact was signed that there will be no war for a complete month, and they will try to negotiate. Okay, they will try to solve the matter through negotiation. So it was decided that there will be no fighting for by the end of the month of Zilhaj, when the Zilhaj ended and a new year started with the month of Muharram. So they signed a truce, a pact that there will be no war for a complete month. So with the first moon of the month of Muharram, 37H, okay, they decided that there will be no fighting for the complete month, Muharram 37AH. Okay, with that moon, the new year started, and they attempted to negotiate and they attempted to solve the matter peacefully. Okay, attempts were made from both sides, but these attempts were not successful. Finally, with the end of Muharram, okay, with the start of Safar 37AH, the actual battle started in the month of Safar 37AH. Because these attempts were not successful, finally the battle started in the month of Safar 37AH, and which lasted for several days. Okay, some sources mention that 4th Safar the battle started. Okay, some sources mention that the battle started with the 1st of Safar 37AH. These are acceptable. Okay, particularly you have to mention that on 8th Safar 37AH, Hazrat Ali's side was near the victory. Okay, Ali Radhiyallahu anhu was near the victory, and the other side, the side of Hazrat Muawiyah, was on the verge of defeat. So by 8th of Safar, Ali Radhiyallahu anhu managed and he decided to use his full strength and full force. Okay, with the complete force, he attacked and he was about to get the victory over the Syrian forces. But what happened actually here at that time? At this moment, Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu has been advised by Amr bin al-As. Okay, Amr bin al-As radhiyallahu anhu, a very senior companion of the Holy Prophet and a very great commander of the Islamic army. Amr bin al-As radhiyallahu anhu advised the Syrian commander, senior Syrian governor Hazrat Muawiyah, to order the front rank of his army to tie Quranic passages to their lances. What he ordered and he advised Hazrat Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu to order the front rank of the Muslim army to tie Quranic passages to their lances, to their swords. Okay, and this was a sign for the other party to stop war and to solve the matter by referring it to Quran. So again I am repeating, on the 8th of Safar 37H, when Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu was about to get the victory. So in order to stop the battle, okay, fighting continued for several days. Okay, in Muharram there was a peace truce, a pact was signed. But afterwards, with the start of Muharram 37H, the battle started. And it continued for several days with the loss from both sides. Okay, but on 8th of Safar, the battle was in favor of Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu. It started to turn in favor of Hazrat Ali. So Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu was asked by Amr bin al-As. Amr bin al-As advised him, okay, that to ask his men to tie the Quran to their lances to stop the war and to decide the outcome by referring to the Quran. Okay, what they have to decide, what they had decided to stop the war, and what they should do, they should decide the matter and the outcome of the war by referring it to Quran. So this has been advised by Amr bin Alas. Fine. So this has been suggested, and Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu ordered his men to tie the Quranic pages, their passages, to their lances, and they passed in front of the other army. Okay, what they said while they were passing in front of the other army, what they said, they were saying, let the word of Allah decide between us and you. Let the word of Allah decide between us and you. So they were chanting, and they were saying these words, let the word of Allah decide between us and you. This is what they were saying. They passed in front of the Hazrat Ali's forces, the Syrian people, the men from Syrian army, Hazrat Muawiyah's army, tying the Quranic pages to their lances, and they passed in front of the other army, Hazrat Ali's army, saying, let the word of Allah decide between us and you. And it was a sign to call the other party to stop war and to solve the matter through by referring it to Quran. Okay, so to decide the outcome by referring to the Quran. Ali radhiyallahu anhu realized that this is just a trick. Ali radhiyallahu anhu realized that it was just a trick from the other army to avoid a crushing defeat. To avoid a crushing defeat by the hands of Ali radhiyallahu anhu. So what they had planned to protect themselves and save themselves from this crushing defeat by the hands of Hazrat Ali. So he realized that it was just a trick. And what he ordered his men to fight till the clear victory. Ali radhiyallahu anhu ordered his men not to come into this trap and to fight till the clear victory, till the open victory. But some of his men, some of his own supporters, what they did, they refused. A section, a group of Ali radhiyallahu anhu's army refused to fight. Okay, they refused to fight, and they asked him to stop fighting, otherwise they will start fighting against him. Okay, Ali radhiyallahu anhu tried to reason with them. Okay, and he made them realize that it was just a ploy, it was just a trick to avert the defeat, but they refused to listen. Okay, they refused to listen. Ali radhiyallahu anhu made them realize that it is just an attempt and trick to avoid the crushing defeat by his hands, and he made them understand, but they were but they decided that they should that Ali radhiyallahu anhu should stop fighting, and he must immediately stop the battle, otherwise they will start fighting against him. So he had no other option but to stop fighting. So Ali radhiyallahu anhu, he was compelled to stop fighting, otherwise he wanted to continue till the clear victory. So Ali radhiyallahu anhu was compelled to stop fighting. Fine. So this is how the battle stopped, and it was finally decided. Meetings were held to solve the matter through the peace talks further, and after 3 to 4 days of discussion, it was finally decided that the matter to be solved through arbitration. Okay, 3 to 4 days went on to discuss that how to solve the matter. So after 3 to 4 days of discussion, it was finally decided to solve the matter by arbitration. Okay, it was decided to solve the matter by arbitration, to select one person from each side, and whatever they will decide, they will judge accordingly, they will decide accordingly. So this is what actually happened at that time, and the matter was referred and it was decided to solve the matter through arbitration. Fine. Then it was decided to select one person from each side. So from Hazrat Muawiyah's side, Amr bin Alas has been selected. And from Hazrat Ali's side, Abu Musa Ashari radhiyallahu anhu has been selected. Okay, so these people has been selected to solve the matter through arbitration. It was decided that the matter would be solved through arbitration in a way that from Hazrat Ali's side, Abu Musa Ashari, and from Hazrat Muawiyah's side, Amr bin Alas would be selected as an arbitrator. Okay, then you have to further mention that when Ali radhiyallahu anhu announced in his camp, okay, after the discussion, 3 to 4 days discussion, and finally when it was agreed and decided that the matter will be solved through arbitration, Ali radhiyallahu anhu announced that this matter would be solved in this way. So a group from his army, a faction from Hazrat Ali's army, asked him that why he has accepted to solve the matter through arbitration. Okay, from Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu's army asked him that why he has accepted to solve the matter by arbitration. That why arbitration? Okay, and they separated themselves. Some sources mention that 10,000 to 12,000 people separated themselves from Hazrat Ali's army, and they set up their camps separate from the camp of Ali radhiyallahu anhu, and they are called Kharijites. They are the Kharijis, the separatists. They separated themselves. While leaving the forces of Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu, what they announced? They announced La hukma illa lillah. They announced that La hukma illa lillah. That no judgment except God's. No decision except God's. This was their slogan. Okay, they announced that no judgment except God's decision. No decision except Allah's decision. Okay, so again I am telling you that this gave birth to a group or a faction or a sect, a movement. Okay, they were not happy with the decision of Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu, and what they did, they marched away from Kufa and Basra, and they refused to set up their camps with the rest of the garrison and with the rest of the army, and they set up their camps away from the camps of Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu. About 10,000 to 12,000 people they separated. When Ali radhiyallahu anhu told them that the matter will be solved by arbitration and one person would be selected from each side. Okay, Hazrat Amr bin Alas was from Hazrat Muawiyah's side, and Abu Musa Ashari radhiyallahu anhu was from Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu's side. Okay, this is how there came, and this gave birth to another sect which are called Kharijis. They are called separatists. They separated themselves from Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu, that claiming that Ali radhiyallahu anhu went wrong by accepting that the matter to be solved by arbitration. Okay, this is how Ali radhiyallahu anhu ने उनको argue भी किया, उन्होंने बताया कि this was not his decision. Actually, he wanted to fight. He wanted to continue fighting. It was they who had compelled him to stop fighting. Okay, here you also have to mention that when they said La hukma illa lillah, that no decision except God's, they refer, with that statement they refer the Quranic verses of Surah Hujurat. Okay, they referred Quranic verses of Surah Hujurat. According to that verse, if two groups of Muslims fight, okay, if two groups of Muslims fight, then reconcile between the two. Okay, what Allah had commanded, if two groups of Muslims fight, what they have to do? Then reconcile between the two. Reconcile between the two. And if other transgresses, then fight against the one who transgress. So fight against the one who transgresses. So this has been commanded in the Holy Quran. If two group of Muslims fight, then reconcile between the two groups. And if the other group transgresses, then fight against the one who transgress. So they said they wanted that Ali Radhiyallahu anhu should have fought with those people who had transgressed, those who had started fighting. Okay, so this was their demand, that Ali Radhiyallahu anhu should have fought with Syrians. So they asked Ali Radhiyallahu anhu to again attack on the Syrian forces. Okay, when Ali Radhiyallahu anhu has signed a treaty and the terms that how the matter to be solved, and it was decided that the matter to be solved by arbitration, और अली रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु ने आकर उनको बताया कि this matter would be solved through arbitration. So what they said, that Ali रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु went wrong, that why he has not fought, and he asked him to attack again on the Syrian forces, to which Ali रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु refused it. How can he make an attack on them when he has signed a treaty with them? तो जब हज़रत अली रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु ने दोबारा अटैक करने से मना किया, तो what they did, they separated themselves shouting La hukma illa lillah, that no decision and no judgment except God's. They separated themselves from the main Muslim army, from Hazrat Ali's army, and they set up their camps away from the camps of the rest of the forces of Hazrat Ali, and they started a movement. They set up their camps and they set up their own, they started spreading their own ideas. Okay? But Ali Radhiyallahu anhu treated them with compassion, and he tried to persuade them, and they returned back to their homes. Okay. So it was decided that the matter to be solved by arbitration. So here you have to describe also about the arbitration that happened later on after the battle. Since we know that these are to be solved by two people who have been nominated by the two groups, Amr bin Alas and Abu Musa Ashari. So the arbitration took place at Dawmatul Jandal. You must mention this place in your answer, that the meeting was held at Dawmatul. It was held at Dawmatul Jandal. It was on the border of Syria near Tabuk. So the meeting was held at Dawmatul Jandal. Abu Musa represented Hazrat Ali. Amr bin Alas represented Hazrat Muawiyah. And they were given a time period of maximum 6 months. The decision was announced in the month of Ramadan, 37 age, and meeting went on and the matters were discussed by the two parties. Okay, and what was decided, whatever that has been decided by the two people, it was announced in public. Fine. So according to the terms and according to the discussion, what has been decided? It has been decided that Usman has been killed unjustly. That Usman was killed unjustly. His assassination was unjust. This was the first agreement which was accepted by both. And his assassins must be punished. Okay, they must be punished afterwards. An action would be taken against them. The third agreement was that they decided to depose both Ali and Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhum. So it was decided that they both will leave their positions, they will leave their post, and the matter to be given to the people to elect anyone as their caliph, any person as their caliph, because they could not agree on one particular name after deposing them. They don't have one common name that could be highlighted or that could be mentioned as a common name by both of them. So what happened in the arbitration? I told you that it took place in Dawmatul Jandal. Okay, I told you that Abu Musa Ashari represented Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu anhu, while Amr bin Alas represented Hazrat Muawiyah radhiyallahu anhu. So it was agreed What has been agreed? That Usman has been killed unjustly, and those who has assassinated him should be punished. And what they decided, according to this agreement, it was decided, they agreed by the two sides that both Ali and Muawiyah Raziyallahu anhum should be deposed. Fine. However, at the time when at the time of the announcement of the verdict, so Abu Musa Ashari announced as it was agreed as per the agreement, announced as per the agreement. Okay, that he and his colleague agreed that both Ali and Muawiyah Raziyallahu anhum should step down. Okay, but Amr bin Alas, what he did, he changed the stance and he said that Ali should step down. However, Muawiyah Raziyallahu anhu should retain his post. So this became biased. It became one-sided decision. Fine. So this became a biased decision and it became one-sided decision and just the arbitration failed. Okay, so the arbitration failed and it was not successful and there was no such option. So this arbitration was a failed attempt and it got failed and there was no proper outcome of this arbitration and it resulted in further confusion amongst the Muslim community. Okay, many people and many historians, they were of view that actually this attempt has been all played by those people who had assassinated Hazrat Usman because they did not want to bring peace and stability in the Islamic Empire. They wanted that Muslims should fight with one another for a long time and they were creating a lot of troubles and hurdles for the Muslims' peace and stability. Actually, there were those who had initiated war in the Battle of Camel, which was fought between Hazrat Ali and Hazrat Aisha. There were those people who had first asked Ali to stop battle when they realized that Ali would win the battle and after that there will be a unity and the peace and stability in the Islamic Empire. They wanted balance in the power from both sides so that they will keep on fighting for long. Okay, that is why they first compelled him to stop fighting, and when the battle was stopped, again they created hurdle and trouble for Hazrat Ali by asking and demanding him to attack again. When Ali Radhiyallahu refused to accept their suggestion and their advice, they separated themselves. They were Kharijites, and they created a lot of trouble for Hazrat Ali Radhiyallahu even. So what happened? The outcome of the arbitration was not in favor of Ali, and it resulted in further chaos. It resulted in further trouble. Okay, it resulted in another battle, which was the Battle of Naharwan. It resulted in the Battle of Naharwan, and the Battle of Naharwan was fought between Hazrat Ali Raziyallahu anhu and the Kharijis. So, what happened actually that because of the outcome of the arbitration, Kharijis became more strong. Okay, because their point of view became very much strong because they had reminded Hazrat Ali that he has done wrong by accepting to solve the matter by arbitration and he had compromised his authority. Okay, why he has not used his authority and power and he would have solved the matter by referring it to Quran himself. Why he has handed over the matter to be solved by some other person? Fine. So when the outcome and when the decision of the arbitration announced, अब जब फैसला आया तो वो ज़्यादा strong हो गए. Okay, उन्होंने ये realize कराया कि they were right. And the outcome and the result of arbitration was not in favor of Ali Radhiyallahu anhu. So what Ali Radhiyallahu anhu did, Ali Radhiyallahu anhu asked these Khariji to support him to have another battle against the Syrians, because Ali Radhiyallahu anhu wanted to have another battle to crush their power. So instead the Kharijis would support Hazrat Ali. They stood against him and they were ready to fight against him. So Ali had no other option but to fight another battle with these Kharijis. So the battle was fought, which was called the Battle of Naharwan, in which all of them were killed. All the Kharijis were killed. Okay, you must identify some of the main events of this battle that happened after the Battle of Siffin. Ali Radhiyallahu anhu tried to persuade them. Okay, these Kharijis, he reminded them about the Prophet's ahadith. which he had said about Ali's status. Okay, his high rank in front of in comparison to the other companions of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. He also reminded them about the hadith of Ghadir Khum, in which Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, has declared that whomsoever I am responsible, Ali is responsible over them. Okay, and Ali is right, and Ali is on truth. Okay, truth goes along with Ali Radhiyallahu anhu. So he reminded them some of ahadith of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which shows his high status and high rank, to which those who were moderate ones, they returned back and they joined Hazrat Ali Radhiyallahu anhu. Okay, out of 10 to 12,000, some of them they again rejoined Hazrat Ali Radhiyallahu anhu, but still for about 4,000 people were there against him, and they were constantly creating trouble for Hazrat Ali. Okay, these Kharijis, they had strange ideas, they had strange views. According to their views, they considered Ali Radhiyallahu anhu wrong, that Ali Radhiyallahu anhu went wrong by accepting that the matter was to be solved by arbitration instead of Quran. So they had very strange ideas about these caliphs. They thought that only Abu Bakr and Umar were the rightly guided ones, and rest of them, Usman and Ali, were the usurpers. Okay, they were not the rightly guided ones. They had such type of ideas about the Muslims and their caliphs. According to their belief, they considered that they are that it is lawful to kill the other people, other Muslims. Okay, that is why they fought against Ali, and they even planned to kill Hazrat Ali Radhiyallahu anhu, and finally they were involved in the assassination of Hazrat Ali. So this battle was fought, in which they did not decide to punish the assassins immediately. It was decided that this must be taken, and this was one of the important thing that they have to take. We cannot say that they are whether they exist today. These people, they finished and vanished with the passage of time, but several other sects were also developed afterwards. Okay, further branches were divided. Some more branches of their sects were further divided into several other groups. So there are not only Kharijis today, there are several other groups that and several other sects have been developed afterwards. So here what we are actually mentioning, that these people were ready to fight against Ali, and Ali Radhiyallahu anhu had to fight against them. They had made their leader Shi's bin Ali as their head, their commander. They established their own community there, which was near Kufa. Okay, they set up their community at Naharwan. Okay, that is why the battle which was fought against them was called the Battle of Naharwan. So they were a constant trouble for Hazrat Ali. They set up their empire or state near Kufa. So the battle which was fought, in which all of these Kharijis were killed. Okay, since they considered themselves right, since they were fighting on that strong belief, all of them, they sacrificed their life, they were killed in the battle, and only few dozens they managed to escape. The few dozen, they managed to escape the battlefield, and later on they planned against Ali. They decided to, those who were able to run away from the battle, later on they planned to kill Hazrat Ali and other people. Okay, here you have to mention that Ali Radhiyallahu anhu, after defeating these Kharijis, he wanted to further proceed to Syria. He wanted to proceed to Syria further, but his forces uh, started leaving him. His supporters started leaving him. They did not want to further proceed to Syria. They got demoralized. The reason was that उसकी असल वजह ये थी, because in the Battle of Naharwan में ये हुआ था कि those who were killed from the other side amongst the Kharijis, they were their own relatives, they were their own blood, because Kharijis were those people who got separated from Hazrat Ali's army. Okay, so they were the relatives of the men from Hazrat Ali's army. Some of them were cousins, uncles, and brothers. Okay, they were related, their relatives. So those killed on the other side were their relatives. Okay, their cousins, their own blood. So it demoralized them. They got demoralized and they decided not to proceed further to support Ali against Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. They left him, and Ali radiallahu anhu had no other option but to return back to Kufa. Fine. So this is how this battle resulted in further loss. It resulted in the further loss for Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu anhu took advantage of this, okay, because the army of Hazrat Ali was completely demoralized and they were not willing to fight. So Hazrat Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, with the help of Amr bin Alas, invaded Egypt, and Egypt also fell from the hands of Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. So here we can also add fall of Egypt from the hands of Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. Okay, what happened? Amr bin Alas, okay, with the permission of Hazrat Muawiyah, Amr bin Alas invaded Egypt, and Egypt also fell from the hands of Hazrat Ali, and Muawiyah radiallahu anhu appointed Amr bin Alas as the governor of Egypt here. Okay, he was the one who had first conquered it during the Caliphate of Hazrat Umar, and again he reconquered Egypt during the Caliphate of Osman, and finally again Amr bin Alas has been sent, okay, and he again took control of the Egypt. Egypt fell from the hands of Ali radiallahu anhu, and afterwards a peace agreement has been made between the two rulers. Okay, after these civil wars, the peace agreement was concluded between the two people, between the two rulers, and according to this peace agreement, it was decided that Muawiyah radiallahu anhu would rule over Syria and Egypt, and rest of the Islamic empire would be ruled by Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. This has been decided and accepted. Okay. So the rest of the Islamic empire would be ruled by Hazrat Ali. It was, and this is how the peace was restored for some time. I told you that few from Kharijites, they escaped from the battlefield. They held their secret meeting. A meeting was held, and as per their meeting, it was decided to kill 3 people. In the meeting, they decided to kill 3 people. Identify these people. They decided to kill Hazrat Ali. They decided to kill Hazrat Muawiyah, and they decided to kill Amr bin al-As. Okay, because they thought that they people are the problem and they are the cause of the trouble in the Islamic empire, because they were thinking that they are the only right one. And the task to kill Hazrat Ali was given to Abdurrahman ibn Muljam. Okay, Abdurrahman ibn Muljam was given the task to kill Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu. So on Ramzan, 18th Ramzan or 19th Ramzan 40 AH, it was decided to attack on all the 3 people at the same time, same day. It would be very much synchronized attack, that they will get rid of these 3 people at the same time. Okay, so it was very much synchronized, and there were attacks on all these 3. Okay, Ali radiallahu anhu, the attack which was made on Hazrat Ali was very much successful. Ali was going to for the performance of Fajr prayer in the month of Ramzan 40 AH. Some sources mention that he was in Masjid of Kufa, where he was attacked. Abdurrahman ibn Muljam attacked him from behind with a poisonous sword. Okay, Ali radiallahu anhu survived for a few days, and he died on 21st Ramzan. He died on 21st Ramadan 40 AH. Okay, and that's all about. They people survived because the attack on these people were not successful. Okay, they survived the attack, and Ali radiallahu anhu was assassinated. He achieved martyrdom, and he was buried there in Kufa. So that's all about the major events of the Caliphate of Ali. So we have the topic that we had discussed, the Caliphate of Ali, in which we discussed election, Battle of Camel, Battle of Siffin, and also we talked about arbitration, Battle of Naharwan, and some relevant topics that we had discussed in detail.